Have you ever noticed that when you feel pain or stress or tension or discomfort, that you end up getting more pain and more stress and more tension and more discomfort when you focus on it? Of course, when we have pain or stress or discomfort, it's going to come to our attention. We're getting body signals all the time in our attention. And the pain or discomfort or nervousness or tension or worry or any kind of physical discomfort, they're designed to come to our attention because they're saying, something needs to change. Need to make a little change here. This is important. And so it's wonderful to notice it. But what happens is we dwell on noticing it. And every thought has a corresponding muscle tone quality or physical reaction in some way in our system. And so when we're focusing on discomfort or concern or stress or pain, our system reacts. And that's how we know we're kind of concerned about the pain or worried. Something happens in our system, in our physical system, and we feel a little stress or concern or worry in our system. We start feeling bad, and then it affects our system and puts a little downward pressure on us and drops our muscle tone a little funny way or tightens it up. And then we're starting there and we think of the situation again or the discomfort or the pain again, and it gets a little worse. And it ends up putting more and more physical discomfort on our system. So there's a way you can change that, which doesn't mean just thinking, oh, I don't have any pain or discomfort. It's not that you just believe differently, but you actually are going to switch your attention just for a moment. And that switch of attention is really pretty simple, pretty easy, as you will see. So first, let's experiment together just to see what happens with that idea. We'll do a little experiment with that idea. So find some place in your body that feels a little bit uncomfortable or tight or has a little bit of pain or stiff or something that feels just find the most uncomfortable area of your body. Let's do it that way. Find somewhere that feels the most uncomfortable in your body. Take a moment, see what you can find. You got it? Okay, so keep noticing that discomfort. Keep noticing that discomfort and just move your arms where you turn your hands over and back or some simple way, any simple way, as you're noticing that discomfort. And see what moving your arms feels like when you're noticing that area that feels the most uncomfortable in your body. Okay, and then bring your arms back to rest. Now what I'd like you to do is to find some place in your body that feels relatively easier than that other place. Some place that just doesn't need to be the easiest place in your body. Just some place that relative to that other place, it feels easier. It could be a little finger, it could be your toe, it could be your ear, or it could be some general area of your body. But it's some place that just feels relatively easier than the other place, or it has a relative ease to it. Even if it's not relatively easier, it just sort of feels easy. So take a moment and find some place in your body that feels easy. Got it? So noticing that place that feels easy, keeping your attention on that ease. Go ahead and do the same movement of your arms that you did before. And notice if moving your arms that way now, when you're paying attention to that easy place in your body, notice if moving your arms feels a little bit easier. And go ahead and bring your arms back down. So for most people, what'll happen is that it'll feel easier when they're noticing ease and tighter when they're noticing pain or discomfort or tension. So that simple switching your attention, we did that very physically this time with finding a place. There's a way to do that with just a quick mental suggestion to your brain to find that for you. And we're going to play around with that in the next video. I'm going to give you in the next video a very simple exercise, very simple practice that I'd like you to do for yourself twice a day. It takes maybe a minute and a half. It's really simple. You can do it very quickly. And that exercise, that practice, is going to teach you to be able to be quick at changing the focus of your attention. And it won't be that you keep concentrating on ease. It's not that. You're not going to change your attention and keep it somewhere. You're just going to change it for a moment. Because every time we think of something bothering us or stressful, we end up sort of repeating that thought. And so it has a physical effect, that feeling of stress or pain that sort of affects our system. Either it draws our attention, it draws the direction of our body to that area that feels painful or stressful. So it pulls us down and over to wherever we're concerned about and gives us more compression. Or if it's something we're worried about, it can cause us tension, or it can even be kind of a drop of muscle tone if it's something we're not wanting to do and we're feeling uncomfortable and concerned, or whatever the stress is we're feeling, whether it's physical or mental. It's having a physical, just feeling that stress and focusing on stress has a physical feeling in our body, has a physical reaction. And we end up repeating that reaction and putting more and more of it on top of more of it as we keep thinking about it, and it gets worse. If you can switch your attention for a moment to ease, you get a little easier, and you get a little easier overall. It's a very general thing. And then again, if you can switch your attention to just asking about ease, you get easier still. So you keep getting easier. Even if you notice the other thing or think about the thing that's stressful, you're starting from a much easier place, so it doesn't have as much of an effect on you. So to train yourself to be able to switch your attention very effortlessly from stress or tension to just very quickly throwing in a quick question about ease and making a little change in direction, a little change in energy so that you end up losing just a little bit of that stress or tension or discomfort, is what I'm going to teach you in the next video.